The Christmas cactus is a blooming succulent that is easy to care for, has gorgeous flowers, and when properly tended can live up to 100 years. This plant can survive for decades, adding color to your holidays for generations. It makes a great holiday gift, too. That's a pretty great investment for a plant that's as inexpensive and unfussy as the Christmas cactus. Christmas cacti flower over the Christmas period, from late November to January, hence their name. They make good Christmas gifts. Their bright, trumpet-shaped flowers in shades of red, white, pink, purple and even yellow bring a welcome splash of color to any room. Their flat, segmented and trailing stems look attractive all year round. Schlumbergera are forest cacti. In the wild, they grow in tropical rainforests, where they grow attached to trees. This means that need different growing conditions to desert cacti. They need to be kept away from bright sunlight and do best in a humid environment. Christmas cacti will flower every year given the right treatment. The main thing to remember is that they need 2 periods of rest, one after flowering and another in autumn. The plants can last for years and are often handed down through generations. Grow your Christmas cactus in a warm, bright spot out of direct sunshine and mist a few times a week. In order to flower every year, Schlumbergera need 2 periods of rest, lower temperatures and less watering, after flowering in late winter and again in September. Where to grow a Christmas cactus? Give your plant a bright spot away from direct sunshine, which can scorch the leaves, and a steady temperature of 18 to 24 degrees Celsius. Try not to move the plant when it's in bud, it can cause the buds to drop. Schlumbergera need 2 periods of rest in order to flower, after flowering and again in September. Pop them in a cooler room around 12 degrees Celsius and reduce watering. This encourages flower buds to form. How to plant a Christmas cactus? As Schlumbergera are native to from rainforests, they do best in a humid atmosphere. Mist your plant a few times a week, or place on a pebble-filled tray of water. Feed monthly in spring or summer with a general fertilizer. Schlumbergera don't need pruning, but the stems can get leggy or too long. Make the plant more bushy by removing the tips after the plant has flowered. You can also remove some of the older stems at the base at the same time. Repot your Christmas cactus every 1 to 2 years, when the root ball has filled the pot. The best time to do this is in March, when it has come out of its period of rest. Repot into a slightly larger pot. The roots like to be snug. Use a cactus compost or John Innes No. 2 compost with a little grit mixed in for drainage. Christmas cacti grow quite wide, so a wider pot is better than a deep one, for stability. Bud drop can be caused by moving your plant around when it's in bud, overwatering, or fluctuating temperatures between night and day. Once you've found the right spot for your Christmas cactus, don't move it and water only when the top few centimeters of compost have dried out. Red leaves are a sign that your plant is getting too much sunlight. Move it to a spot that has bright light but no direct sun. Mealybugs can be found on the stems, especially the undersides. Look out for insects that look like white, fluffy blobs. Wipe them off with a damp cloth or cotton bud that has been soaked in an insecticide that contains fatty acids or plant oils. Keep checking the leaves, as mealybugs can be hard to eradicate. How often do you water a Christmas cactus? Water the pot when the top inch or 2 are dry to the touch. Generally, Christmas cacti require less water during fall and winter and more in spring and summer. Soak the plant through to the roots, but dump out the saucer after the plant drains. You don't want your cactus sitting in water, as that may cause root rot. How to get a Christmas cactus to bloom? Christmas cacti will reflower every year with the right care. Growing season is from April-September. Increase the watering and start feeding with a houseplant liquid feed. During the growing season, maintain temperature of 18 to 20 degrees Celsius if possible. During the summer months, when the risk of frost has passed, they can be placed outside. This will help to ripen new growth and encourages flowering. Keep them in a shady spot and protect from slugs. From mid-September, the flowering buds start to develop with shortening days and a reduction in temperature. The watering and temperature should be reduced with a second resting period, but only until the flowering buds have formed. Then increase the temperature back to 18 to 20 degrees Celsius and resume regular watering. For about 6 weeks prior to blooming, the holiday cactus requires between 12 to 14 hours of dark to set buds. That means cool temperatures around 50 to 65 degrees, and no light. You may consider covering it during the day to ensure it will flower, or moving it to a guest room or closet where it won't be exposed to nighttime lights. Your plant should then flower and give you a wonderful display. Exact temperatures are not critical to promote flowering, provided there are 2 resting periods with a reduction in watering and temperature. Problems. Shriveling of the stems can be caused by the plant being in a too hot and sunny situation. However, it is often due to root deterioration caused by over or under watering. Scorch discolors and damages the stems and is caused by the plant being placed in a situation that is too hot and sunny. These are not desert cacti and would naturally grow in woodland in dappled shade. Non-flowering could be due to the day length not shortening or slash and the temperatures not dropping to mimic autumn. For example, if the plant is near an artificial light source after dark and the temperature doesn't drop below 18 degrees Celsius. Flower bud dropping is usually caused by fluctuating temperatures. Too hot by day, too cold by night. However, overwatering can also cause flower buds to drop. Plants exposed to cold in florists, at garden centers or in the car are also vulnerable. Late flowering can occur when the temperature has remained too high into autumn. General poor growth can be a sign of overpotting and the pot is too large for the plant. They do like to be snug in a pot. Remove the pot to check on root development. If there is little or no sign of new growth, with minimum disturbance, remove excess compost and carefully put it into a smaller pot. This action should encourage new root grow and recovery. That's all I have to tell you about the Christmas cactus. Thank you for watching and listening. See you in the next video.